Good morning. Juju here, and so welcome back to another glorious Java tutorial. And so I'm gonna put my Rubik's Cube down and let's get started. So, last time I went over loops with you guys and why they are useful, but I never told you how to go over and choose which one that you should use. So, how it is that anything that you want to be counted that is countable. For example, you want to test how many clicks the user, let's say you want to see how you want to test how many clicks it takes for a user. That would actually be a while loop. Even though you can count it, it would still be a while loop because it's unknown when until they click. So basically a good definition would be for a while loop is until a certain parameter is met. So until their clicks, which is not at the same interval speed, how long would it take them? But if you wanted to say, here's a good one. Let's go ahead and create a for loop. And what it's going to do is we're going to get it to go all the way to 100 and increment by 1. We're going to create another variable up here called sum and set it to 0. And we are now why I'm doing this is because we actually want it to loop 100 times and we want it to start at 1. I could do +1 like sum equals I plus 1, but this just seems so much simpler and I'm lazy. So go ahead and type sum equals sum plus I, or if you really want to, you can actually retract this and just make it as simple as sum plus equals I. And let's go ahead and system.out.print summer, that's what I meant. And sum. So what this is going to do is that it's going to create an integer sum, and it's going to loop from 1 to 100, and it's going to add sum to that. And let's go ahead and give this a run, and the sum is 5050. Perfect. So because we can count to 100, that is we can definitely count to 100. We know when is going to stop. We can use a for loop. But let's say we don't know when it's going to stop. How do we know when to do that? So let's go ahead and import a scanner for this example. And I'm going to create our scanner. Scanner system input. And go ahead and close our scanner because I always seem to forget to do that. And let's go ahead and go while x or string input equals blank, and while input does not okay, okay, so this part may be new, but what this is saying is much like how we can compare integers using int I equals 0, and equals is to check a comparison, as I would, but equals is for assignment. So if I wanted to make I equal to 0, I would use 1 equals. But if I wanted to check whether it was 0, I would say equals. But strings have to be a bit different. They like to pretend that they're all significant, so they require this dot equals. And so input equals exit. Now, if we didn't have this this exclamation mark, if we didn't have this, basically what it would do is while input equals exit, and input doesn't equal exit right away, so it's not going to loop at all. So what this means is that it's saying not. So while it's not equal to exit, so while the user does not type in exit, we're going to continue looping. So go ahead and type input equals x dot next line. Then I don't know, go ahead and print line. I really don't know. Just store it just to show. And we'll pretend that it's working and that it's just malfunctioned on their side. That's it. And it'll just keep looping like that. So let's go ahead and give this a run. And actually, I'm going to print something out when it's actually ended. So if we go ahead and print line, loop has ended. Okay. Now let's go ahead and give this a run. And it's going to ask for, well, it's not going to ask anything because we didn't program it to, but it's waiting for input. So let's go ahead and say input, kitty, meowing, good meowing, YouTube, and let's just type exit. Loop has ended. And so because I typed exit, it was all like, oh, they actually entered exit. Okay, I guess we're not allowed to continue, so let's get out of here. And it continues on with each line of the code after the loop. So I hope that helps. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like, and I hope to see you in the next tutorial.